Hey, good morning, everybody. So today we're going to take a full walk of Serangoon Road. So I started from Tekka Market. So I just had breakfast at Tekka Market, and I'm now at block 663 Buffalo Road. I'm going to walk the entire full stretch. So what I'll do is that I'll walk all the way up, and after that I'll walk all the way back down to back here to where we started. So let's start this early morning walk. So this is the bus stop for Serangoon Road, B01. So yes, so let's go. So after I do Serangoon Road, I'm going to come back to Tekka Centre for lunch, and I'll try to do a full walk of Tekka Centre as well. So on the ground floor you have your food centre and also the market itself, the wet market itself. Then on the second level you have most of the textile shops, all the sari shops there upstairs. Then on the second level I know there's like one or two vintage shops also. So hopefully by the time we come back they are already open. It is 9:20 at Serangoon Road, and you can see, people are starting to be busy going to work. Right in front is Kerbau Lane, and then from here you can turn into Buffalo Road. So I'm gonna make a small detour into Buffalo Road because I want to show you all where all the flower sellers are. So when I say flower sellers, it's not your your roses, your bouquet of roses. It's more like flowers that is being offered to the Hindu deities, and also it can be garlands of jasmine. Is it jasmine? It can be hung on your hair also. So we'll walk through, and then you'll see. You can see Buffalo Road itself, besides the market being downstairs, on the second, third level, I think on the third level there's also public housing, residential housing. You can see they are making the flower garlands, and okay, I hear music. Sorry, brother. Okay. Let's hope we don't get copyrighted music in the background. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of flower garlands sellers here. There's a lot of decorations that you can buy for home as well. And check out mangoes, a lot of mangoes. So I'm going to turn back. I've been told that red bananas are really much more tastier than the normal yellow bananas that we eat. So I hope to give it a try someday. Okay, let's walk back. So to a great extent, this area is actually very familiar to me. Mostly because I was doing Grab food delivery for 3.5 years within this whole area, and of course I had delivered food orders to this street as well. And there's a lot of small little back alleys here, and if I can, I'll try to walk through some of them. But like what I'm doing now, I'm actually walking the entire stretch of Serangoon Road, to and fro, front and back. But I decided to do a detour into Buffalo Road because of the flower garlands sellers here. Yeah. So let's continue Serangoon Road. So I'm gonna talk as much as I would in my usual videos because I know this walk is going to be a very long walk, and the weather is already at 9:20. It's already quite crazy. I did not bring my water bottle. I did have a very good breakfast, but let's go. So opposite is Dunlop Street, and we're now on the main road of Serangoon Road. So as you can see, before then, most of the older businesses, their signage was actually carved into the wall pillars, and of course some of the old businesses are still here. If you turn left, it will be Kerbau Road. Right. Okay, let's do. Okay, green light. I didn't jaywalk. Green light. It was green light. Opposite is Upper Dixon Road. So as expected, there are a lot of jewelry shops here, goldsmiths. Most of them still not open yet. Probably in the next few months, I'll do a night walk against Serangoon Road because at night it's definitely a bit more different. It's more livelier, the lights, the sounds. Opposite is Calf Road. So most of the entire stretch of this early part of stretch of Serangoon Road is flanked by conservation shop houses, as you can see. Then it's only further up, I think, after Perumal Road, where you get a break of shop houses, then after you get another stretch of shop houses before it goes to public housing. So all these are heritage conservation shop houses. And coming right up, we are at Belilios Road. At Belilios Road, you have very famous temple, Sri Veeramakkalan Laman Temple. Okay, I probably did not pronounce that correctly, so please forgive me. Today we are not going in, but let me show you the facade of the temple. To go in, of course, is you have to remove your shoes as a as a sign of respect, and it's good to cleanse yourself at the public taps there. So it's the Sri Virama Kaliamman Temple. It's here. And opposite we have Virasamy Road. I'm trying to figure out, are we able to walk in the shade of the HDB? Let's try to find a detour. I think here. Slight detour. The weather is a killer even at this hour. So on my straight ahead you can see that this is the HDB flats at Klang Lane 672A. So in between the shop houses you also have like public housing. And to the best of my memory, when I was doing Grab food for the last 3.5 years, this area has been like boarded up for road work, construction works just at this stretch for since then. So let's go back out into the sun. So this is Race Course Lane. Let's continue. So a lot of this conservation building or shop houses, or some of them look at walkout apartments, like this particular one that we're looking now. Actually a lot of them they like the bus pass. Foreign workers are staying inside and they are not ideal conditions, because usually you're talking about like what, 7, 8, 9, 10 people squeezing in to what is supposed to be an apartment. I personally have seen very ridiculous setups where, and it's also the cheapest, where I saw this shop house on the ground floor, the first level. So it's basically a bed space dormitory, where because it's cheap because you are literally renting a bed space, and then right beside you there's another bed space, and it's all on the floor. So you can see how not ideal the living conditions are. And I'm pretty certain it's something that both MOM and any relevant NGOs, something that they are trying to, I can't find a better word, fix, to make it better for the foreign workers in Singapore who are literally keeping our streets clean, building our buildings, fixing our roads, because that's the least that we could give to them, right? But a lot of them are also brought in by the foreign worker agents, the contractors that need them for their labor, and sometimes there are things that fall through the gaps, through a loophole. And also sometimes it is the foreign workers themselves who choose to live, to opt for a much more cheaper accommodation, mostly because they couldn't afford more, or they just want to save more to send back to their family. Anyway, right opposite is Teo Heng Tires. So they are car garage workshop. They've been there for the longest time that I can know. And what is interesting about them is that you can see this Serangoon Road is one of the busiest roads over here in Singapore, and it gets really crazy over the weekend also, and even on weekdays, like later from 11 onwards, it's going to be a lot of cars, a lot of people. At Teo Heng Tires, you have people coming to fix their cars. You know, I've seen like really expensive cars coming to maybe get a basic tire change, a basic tune-up or whatever, and you park right at the street right beside there where you see that old man sitting there, and they will just fix their cars. There's no even garage where you can like go in. They literally fix the cars on the side road, and to the best of my knowledge, there's been no accidents because Teo Heng Tires has been there for ages. Sorry guys, I was replying a message. This is Angullia Mosque, and based on this metal plate here, it says for over 120 years, Masjid Angullia underwent numerous renovations involving replastering and repainting works. So this mosque has been here for more than a century. Established in 1890, so you can minus the years from there. Now it's 2026. This is Birch Road, and that's that Farrer Park open field that you see there, which I'm very sure in a few more years private development would spring, the SRA would sell the land to the highest bidder in this case. Right opposite is Sawit Alwi Road, and of course the famous Mustafa Centre. So Mustafa Centre is interesting because like this current Mustafa Centre that you see, right, it used to be a whole stretch of shop houses, and this was during I'm guessing the 80s. Actually on Wikipedia you can read it out. So Mr. Mustafa himself decided to make a huge risky gamble. He bought up the whole stretch of shop houses. And of course back then, you're talking about, I'm guessing during that time, they weren't gazetted as conservation shop houses. So he bought whole stretch, and of course back then those shop houses were of course in not fantastic condition, you know, after years of, they were built all, I'm guessing, in the 1800s. And if you bought it in the 1980s, it would be more than 100 years, right? So everything was gutted out, and then he built his Mustafa Centre that you see today. And it was the smartest decision. You know, nothing beats having not to be afraid of rental, paying rent, having to be subjected to the rent cycles of a third-party landlord. So we're at Burmah Road. So Burmah is spelled with a H, but it is meant to invoke Burmah itself. this way. It's gonna be a very long walk because, to be honest, we have barely started on Serangoon. It's gonna be a one long walk. This is Owen Road. Okay, let's try to cross Owen Road without killing ourselves in the process. This is Owen House by Habitat. I'm guessing it's Habitat. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, man. There's a cafe there called Acoustics Coffee Bar. Right opposite us we have City Square Mall, which was also back then was called Selegie, the New World. And the old gates of the New World are still there. Later because we are going to do to and fro stretches, right? So when we walk down here, we're also going to walk back later. So which means I'll walk the other side and I'll show you the gates of the New World. Old New World. It's weird way of describing it, but we're still on Serangoon Road, so yeah. So Serangoon Road itself is dotted with most of the Farrer Park MRT station. So what you can see up front is Farrer Park MRT station, exit G. Okay, we are stuck at the red light. Green light, let's go. So on Serangoon Road, during Thai Pusam, which I totally missed the procession this year, so I hope to catch it next year, because this year I was working at my full-time job, and I missed the procession basically. So but the devotees would actually walk along this stretch also, and the government to put up protective metal barriers for the devotees who are carrying the kavadis in all its various forms and sizes as they walk from temple to temple. And like we already passed one temple earlier, and then we're going to be hitting one more soon. We just passed Perumal Road. There's this super big bus stop here. And it shall be nice and not take people. This is one of the longest ass bus stop that I've seen, or that I know. I'm sure there are long ones. For example, the one in Yan Poly. So we are right on my left is actually also Indian temple, and I'll show you the facade and the name of the temple shortly. So before I show you the temple, I just want to show you the shop houses again and the buildings behind it. So when it comes to our urban planning, the civil service or the government, or in this case URA, SLA, I'm sure they all work hand in hand. I'm not going to say which step board has more power, but in how they make sure certain buildings are built in some ways that the conservation shop houses are here to stay because they're conservation, right? They won't be demolished anytime soon. And when newer buildings come up, when it comes to building planning and permits, they make sure that the buildings behind it, so the next one behind it, it doesn't go up to a crazy amount of huge story, because after that the building after the second stretch would be likely a taller condominium public housing, so that when you're walking along the stretch of a road, in terms of this urban planning, it looks much more pleasant. And this is a very good example. You can see a shop house in front, and one at the back is what, 7-8 story. Then further at the back is definitely there's a 30 story. I know which condo there is because I used to develop Grab food there. It's one of the Sturdy Road condominiums. So let's check out this temple. It's the, okay, if I pronounce this all wrongly, please forgive me. Sri Shuma Temple. So yeah. So again, I'm not going to step in because I have to remove my shoes, and I'm a bit lazy to remove my shoes. Or should I just step in? Okay, I'll just step in. I'm going to remove my shoes. I'm going to make sure that I'm allowed to do very basic videography. So you can see everybody's shoes are here. That's mine. Just remove it. Should I remove my socks? No footwear. I think socks should be okay. Is it so? I'm not too sure. Wearing socks is allowed. Okay. I just saw the signage. It says wearing socks is allowed. So consecration ceremony was in 1979, a year after I was born. So we're not going to spend a lot of time here. We're just going to walk one round and we'll go out. It's actually my first time here, so. Okay, I think I see the signage for no videography for the main temple, I think. So, okay, let's go. Let's continue our Serangoon Garden walk. So, for all viewers who are thinking of visiting the various religious places in Singapore or wherever you are, the best form of respect is to understand the decorum that is needed to visit a religious place, And in this case, it's of course to remove our footwear, and same thing when I went to this Burmese temple. I think was it along Eunos. And some temples do require you to remove your footwear as a form of respect. And I was also checking, do I need to remove my socks? But there was a signage that says I do not need to. And of course, I also wanted to double check that some videography is allowed. And it seems that it was allowed, but I think at the main temple area it wasn't allowed. So I quickly, just come out lah. So we're still on Serangoon Road. There you go. Serangoon Road. It's gonna be a long walk because we're gonna walk all the way to past the St. Michael Private Estate, Moonstone Lane. Because after Serangoon Road is Upper Serangoon Road, and I don't think we are probably 1/3 of the way through. So, on my left is the Racecourse Road public housing. So it's quite a fairly huge HDB estate, and there's like what 7-8 blocks here clustered together. And for the life of me, I just couldn't figure it out, because this whole stretch of cluster of HDBs, right, there's no kopitiam, there's no coffee shop at the ground floor. So as any Singaporeans would know, like most HDB clusters, especially the older ones like this, you're gonna have provision shop, you're gonna have clinic, you might have a hair salon, you will definitely have a hair salon, you have a barber, of course these days, massage parlors, but you'll definitely have a kopitiam. But this cluster of HDB has no coffee shop, and which means that the residents need to go. Where's the nearest coffee shop here? Okay, opposite the road along these shop houses, there is 1 or 2 coffee shops further up at BT Road. And of course you can go inside Little India, the whole area, take car aside where I came from. This weird, right? So, conservation shop houses on my right also. So as I was saying, there's like 2 kopitiams here, right at BT Road here. And then this little cut-off street, it's a one-way road, and it's actually right to so there's a gateway for Leong San See, and as you can see further up, there is Leong San See. And okay, let's take a quick detour. Only because there's a 四面佛 there, and the 四面佛 I think was recently moved here from another temple and then consecrated here, because I think previous temple was changing locations. I don't know, but yeah. But this 四面佛 is actually very popular also. So for people who have been watching my video walks, I tend to walk into Chinese temples, Indian temples really quite easily and freely and casually. Only because it looks very easy and casual to walk into. And usually, I mean, if you walk in, there's always an attendant there, and if you're holding a camera, you can just quickly ask, is it okay to come in with the camera? And most of the time he said, yeah, no problem. You know. With Malay Mosque, I've not stepped yet, which I intend to, because I know they'll be equally friendly to welcome me to just take a quick video tour. I don't want to use the word tour because it feels suddenly not so respectful. So yeah, but churches. Okay, the fact that I myself, I'm a Christian since I was a kid, and I'm still a practicing Christian. And this is my own point of view, so please don't write hateful comments. This is just my own point of view, but being a Christian for all my life and being a practicing Christian, sometimes churches are not the easiest place that you want to step in and then just want to introduce this church, that church. Not easily. I think it's probably easy to enter a Catholic church, which I stepped in one at Holy Family Church, where you can just step into the main hall and then just sit down at the pews, and then whether to do your quiet time or just to pray to God, you know, and you can just do that as a stranger. But yeah, that's my own point of view. So please don't. I'm not telling you to tell you which religion is better. All religions, you can decide for yourself. Okay, you can decide for yourself. I think at the base is let's love each other as human beings and be respectful, and of course it's easier said than done. I know that. I know it myself, because I'm not the easiest person to get along with sometimes. Okay, let's cut back into Serangoon Road. Oh, okay, this walk is going to be longer than expected. I'm already at this is what, 38 minutes. And like I said, I'm still probably 1/3, a little bit more for Serangoon Road. So let's try to pick up the pace a little bit. There's one more Indian temple up front. It's one that I had when I was doing Grab food. Then while waiting for food order, I just go in, and there was a puja. I think that's what they call it. I could be wrong, so please correct me. There was a puja ceremony going on, and it's actually in one of my way earlier videos that you can see. Am I able to walk out from here? Yes, barely. So as you can see, there's still some flower garland sellers. Okay, wait, if I show you flower garland, there's a Chinese acupuncture and cauterization center. The cauterization part sounds scary really, but I'm pretty sure it's just Chinese medical hall that has been here for a while. And flower garland maker, and then so this is it's at 555 Serangoon Road. It's Sri Vadapathira Kaliamman Temple, and let's see. So we're not stepping there. I just do a quick swipe. Okay. Sorry. So we're gonna miss the traffic. So this is still the traffic is noisy, but hopefully you can hear me. So this is the junction of Serangoon Road and Balestier Road. Yeah, of course, there's this really well-known uncle's I can't find a better word, nightclub. They got a launch, music launch. It's called Peng Lounge, and they've been here for ages. And you see, no person under the age of 18 is allowed to consume intoxicating liquor on this premises. It's open from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. Yeah, 3 a.m. happening. Right? So if you were to turn this way, you'll be going down all the way to Balestier Road. And if you have seen my Balestier videos in my channel, you will see that I had started my Balestier walk from here for one of the latest Balestier Road videos. So we'll wait for the green light so that we can continue Serangoon Road. I'm probably near halfway already. Okay, green light, let's go while the cars are still trying to get their shit together. The Kallang Polyclinic is here, followed by Kwong Wai Shu Hospital. So yeah, Serangoon Road. So at the front, I can see a heritage marker. So it's called so this is considered a Jalan Besar Heritage Trail. So I think it's literally to highlight the Kwong Wai Shu Hospital. Yes, I'm right. Only because Kwong Wai Shu Hospital has been here since 1910. Oh, this was the second site of Tan Tak Seng Hospital before Tan Tak Seng moved to Momin Road. I didn't know that. Okay. Let's continue. So right before you end at Kwong Wai Shu, there's actually an old metal plate. Is their address plate. And it's all 繁体字 and it's read in reverse, so quite interesting. So very soon, so we're still on Serangoon Road, right? But very soon we're going to reach the junction of like, if you turn right, it'll be Boon Keng Road. So it's named after one of our more famous Chinese historical person in the Chinese community, Mr. Lim Boon Keng. Not the minister, but one from the late 1800s to the mid 1900s. Yes, is it Lim Boon Keng? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Then of course to my left is Towner Road, and right in front of Towner Road is the Central Sikh Temple. Okay, green light, nice. Let's go. I've not had the chance to step inside a Sikh temple, so if anybody who's watching this who is familiar with the rules, the regulations, the decorum, is a stranger like me, a Chinese person, okay to just step inside the Sikh temple and just do a quick walk through, you know, the general premises so that viewers can see what the Sikh temple inside looks like. And here you go. So this Central Sikh Temple is at the junction of Serangoon Road where Towner Road and Boon Keng Road is. Okay, let's should we walk in the shade? Yes, we should walk in the shade. Right opposite, later we will walk back on the other side, you will see there's a Pasar Malam ongoing at the other side. But I'll show you. Oh, there's a parrot. Okay, it's not so happy. Yeah, not so happy. Gotta walk through. Further down there's a KFC. How I know? Because when I was doing GrabFood, I used to pick up KFC from there. And then all the way at the end of this stretch of this block, right, there's a Selegie Road Rochor bean curd store. I used to pick up weekday mornings, and I'll be quite lucky for some reason. Maybe like 5 days a week, Mondays to Fridays, right? I will be assigned a particular job to pick up from Rochor, Selegie, all the way down, that you'll see later, and to be delivered to a nearby school. I won't say which school. And it's always the same customer. The order is always the same. So it became like a routine for me, because out of 5 days, I'll definitely be lucky enough to pick up, to be assigned an order at least 2-3 times a week. Yeah. So this is Boon Keng MRT, and this is Boon Keng MRT exit A. You can see from there. Right on my right, okay, on my left first, okay, on my left is KFC. So yeah, I feel there was a KFC. And then on my right, you see this super long ass HDB block, block 37, block 34, Belilios Road. It's one huge continuous curving block that goes all the way at the end. And if you look through my videos, I had actually did a floor by floor walk of the HDB. I started from the topmost floor, then I walked down every single floor, and I walked the entire stretch. So it took me, I think, more than an hour. And of course, that was during my early days. I think the video is at least a year old already. So if you look, it's you just search HDB block 34, and you will see it. It was during my early days of like doing YouTube, and at that point in time, I was still using my very old iPhone, and I hold it in my hand without a gimbal, so it was super shaky. But also, I know that was the stepping point to just get out of my comfort zone and just do a YouTube video, even though I don't have the proper equipment. Then I think sometimes you just gotta start somewhere. Like even currently taking the video of this walk, I'm actually using a DJI Osmo 3, and I knew that when I get it, and I got it because it was really cheap, because I knew the Osmo 4 was coming out already. So when I got Osmo 3, a month later, the Osmo 4 came out, which to me doesn't matter, because it's like I got this Osmo 3 at a really low price. And why is Selegie? Oh no, it says the Towner Road temporary closure. Oh, I think a short break for minor works will serve you better. So okay, they didn't close down. They will come back on the 20th of May. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. So this was the Selegie soya bean that I was talking about, where I'll pick up an order on weekday mornings to be delivered to a customer who orders it every weekday morning to a nearby school. And it was such a routine grab food order for me that if you don't get an order that morning, you just feel a bit out of sorts sometimes. Yeah, that's how it is when you're doing grab food. You get some very regular, familiar customers' addresses. And there you see in the background those tall buildings. That's 8 River Suites, private condominium, which you all will see more later when we walk back from the other side. And on our left is this is Kallang Whampoa Canal. This is the Whampoa Canal connector. It's still considered part of the. Okay, this is the Whampoa Park connector. Then if you, I think, go further up is the Kallang Park connector. So I think we are about 2/3 in of Serangoon Road. So let's pick up the pace. The weather is crazy. On the left is of course HDB public housing, St. George's Towers. And further up is St. George Road. So for anybody who's still watching up to this point, hope you can subscribe to my channel. Subscribing is totally free. You know, of course, if you feel like joining the channel, with a membership. There's a it starts off on the smallest tier at $2. Green light, green light. That's all. And it's a $2 membership fee every month. You can cancel anytime you want, but of course I think, you know, you really don't do that. You can just subscribe, because subscribing is the biggest support. For those who know the person behind this channel, I'm still rebuilding my life. I am doing this only on my off days. I finally got a full-time job, because in the last 3.5 years I was doing Grab food, and in between life gotten very shitty. After a lot of things happened, I was nearly homeless for a while, nearly. And when you're desperate, you start to turn to friends for help, and there are people who actually extended huge financial help to me, and I still owe those people the loan paybacks. So let me get my life a bit more order, because at this moment I'm not homeless, but I could still easily be homeless. So I'm still working towards trying to get a 2-room flexi BTO. Okay, wait, let me hold on. So still along the Serangoon Road, and this is the small lane to San Barnabas Lane. After that, St. Michael. So I was saying, you know, I'm still trying to get my life in order where I wouldn't be homeless, I guess. So I'm in the midst of trying to apply for a 2-room flexi BTO. Hopefully in a year's time, I'll be able to secure that, and then that's where income becomes a little bit more stable. Of course, the people who had helped me financially, I'll definitely pay all of you back. Sorry for being uncommunicative during this whole time, because there's been also a very terrible time. But yeah, so anyway, I'm doing a Serangoon Road walking tour. And we are at about the 1 hour mark. So we just passed San Barnabas Lane. It's all name of the angels, archangels. I don't know what 1055 is. Hong De Fo Tang. So it's a Buddhist lodge, and you got Elim Church right beside it. I think further up is St. Michael's Road. I had also delivered Grab food to this condo right up front. Let me see. So it's not uncommon where you pick up a food order at City Square Mall, which I was narrating earlier at the start, nearly at the start of this video, right? So there's City Square Mall, then there's a lot of food places there. So maybe you pick up a McDonald's order, and then the place delivered to is Regent Residences. So you can, I mean, it's not like fucking great distance. You know, I think it's okay if you're on e-bike, but if you're a joker like me that's on a normal bicycle, then yeah, the distance is a little bit further. The money might or might not be good depending whether it's a peak hour or not. And then after that, you will try to cycle back to City Square, because that's where you try to get your orders again. Because the last thing you want is to, after you deliver to this regency, then you get an order to say go up to Potong Pasir further up. Then from Potong Pasir you go even further up. No way, right? You want to go back to see this great area where your so-called your base is. Okay. Coming up is St. Michael's Road. See, on my left there's a preschool, so I'll keep my cameras tilted to the right, so that we won't capture any footage of those little kiddos. But there you go, St. Michael's Road. And we're still on Serangoon Road. On the right, if you turn right, you will see Whampoa South. Yeah. So after St. Michael's, there's Jalan Taman, and you'll be crossing this really big river canal again. Anyway, there's this on the right, there's block 49. On both sides block 49, I'm not too sure, because this is but I do want to do a HDB walk. I mean, it's not like any special block. It's just that this is one of the few blocks left that faces as you go up further, it's Upper Serangoon, and it's definitely one of the older HDB blocks. So it'd be nice to do a floor by floor walk. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue. I'm gonna guess that this whole walk will take me about 2 hours 10 minutes. So let's see how it goes. So you see, that's a GrabFood dude on a normal bicycle. But I'll explain why some of us chose to ride normal bicycle than e-bike. So there you go. Is this Kalang Canal, Kalang River, Kalang Park Connector? Gotta be. I think so. It's of course river on the other side, which you will see later. But let's see this side first. So this condo, is Jew residences. I also delivered GrabFood order here before, all the way. So the facade you can see is very special. So it used to be an old building that has been conserved. So I'm pretty sure maybe the developer themselves also decided that they want to conserve it. So, and they conserved the main building at the front, and at the back they built their condominium, as you can see. So it used to be the National Aerated Water Company Limited. Let me show you the full signage. So the entire facade is still the original facade. I think it's mostly because URA stands for Urban Redevelopment Authority, constitutes that it got to remain the same, which is a good thing, by law, so that nothing is changed too much. Because sometimes our heritage, actually a good part of heritage comes from our physical urban landscape. Without some parts of physical urban landscape, those are your physical reminders, and without those physical reminders, then where can we sometimes find our roots, right, in a sense. Okay, we're approaching Moonstone Lane. For those who are like, oh, why is Moonstone Lane so interesting? Yeah, it's very interesting. The whole area is very interesting. There's a video in my video list where I took a walk inside of Moonstone Lane, and inside Moonstone Lane is Topaz Lane or Topaz Road, or Ruby Lane, yeah, or Ruby Road. It's all named after precious jewels, and there's a legendary kramat in there, which you can see in the video and then you can research. Or you can Google, then you'll see what I'm talking about. And out of nowhere there's a Mei Zhen Xiang, yeah, Bagua. I don't know why there's a Mei Zhen Xiang here, but yeah. Almost at the end of Serangoon Road already. Just Serangoon Road, I think it goes a little bit further up before I can cut back to the right. Okay, there's also Opal Crescent. There's also after a name of a precious stone, right? Opal. So the whole estate, Moonstone la, Ruby la, Opal la, Topaz la. Yeah, I have a separate video for that. You can go check it out. Hey, let's cross. Oh damn shit! Am I able to walk back to Serangoon from? Do I have to walk on this side first? Okay, let's figure this out. Because I don't want to cross the road and then. Okay, Serangoon Road. Mother, I need to cross the road. We might have to make like weird detours just to get our ass back on Serangoon Road. So this is more the ending point for Serangoon Road already, where the highway is. You can see there's a signage there, and if you go further up, that's Upper Serangoon Road. So yeah. Okay guys, go. Okay, I can't help using that phrase that you go. For those who watch Chinese variety programs, and it's actually from this so you can see there, Upper Serangoon Road. Further up. I'm not going to Upper Serangoon, we're going to Serangoon Road. For those who watch for those who watch Chinese variety program, there's this variety program from China called Wuha. You know, and there's this main guy celebrity in there called Peng Chao, and he's famous for this song that starts with go. So sometimes when I'm at traffic light, about to start off, then I was saying go. Here you go, go. So Serangoon Road, let's go. Question is, am I able to cut through here? I don't think so. I need to make a big round. 是的，我得走一大圈。 because it's not like I can cut through here. So I need to make a big round. Dude, don't run for it. It's 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I mean, I'm not making like this decision, but I mean, if you are ever like, you know, try not to run for traffic lights, just to share experience. Okay, this one I mean by big detour. So to share my experience with running for traffic lights that when I was doing GrabFood, it was not on this road of course, but it was one of those traffic lights where it was counting down to I think 8 or 7, and I was on my bicycle. Then I said, okay, I'm on my bicycle, I can be damn fast, right? I might as well chong for it, right? And when I was about to chong out from the road, right, to reach to the other side, right, a taxi on my right, filtering out from the road at the right, right, was also trying to chong for the green light before it turns red at his end, right? And basically, I was like, my front tire and my bicycle was like 2-3 centimeters, I swear, it's just 2-3 centimeters from being brushed by the taxi. And at that point I felt I nearly died. And I still had a GrabFood order in my bag, in my bicycle. But I did felt like, wow, from then on I learned my lesson that I will never rush or traffic lights, because there are on some roads where there's another road on the left, on the right that has vehicles filtering out, and of course they will give way, and they will always give way. It's just that for instance, you know, like when I was rushing for it, it was turning down to 8 or 7 seconds, and of course for the car it was also, you know, blinking and turning down to red already. So he's rushing, I'm rushing, and nobody's at fault, or everybody's at fault. And I could have died and not be able to do YouTube videos. Okay, Serangoon Road, a big detour. Let's go. Okay, if along the way, right, there's a drinks vending machine, I'm gonna get water. I'm like thirsty as hell. Just now I was saying like, why as a GrabFood delivery person for 3.5 years, instead of using an e-bike, I was using a normal bicycle. It sounds probably quite stupid, but there's pros and cons. I think there's pros and cons. Like I've seen people who do GrabFood by using their legs. They are walkers. We call them walkers. And there's good reason for that as well, because it's like so when you use an e-bike, in e-bike context in Singapore, the pros of using an e-bike when you're doing a GrabFood delivery, you can definitely do more orders in 1 hour. So a good GrabFood, a good food delivery, if let's say you're literally, you know, not doing it for leisure but you're doing it for income, right, it comes down to how many orders you can complete in 1 hour. So if you're using an e-bike and assuming no hiccups, you get orders each time you deliver order, and then the order will come in. Using e-bike, you could probably do, if you're good, you know your way, you don't lose your way, you can do 5 to 6 orders an hour, and that easily works out to, so the per order could be either a $4 order, or it could be up to $4.60, $4.80, depending on the tiers that you are as a rider. So you're looking at, okay, assuming it's $4.50, right, and you do 6 orders, right? Fuck, my math is shit. You'll be earning what, $27 an hour, which is really not too shabby, because if you could earn between $20 to $27 an hour and you just grind it for 5 hours on an e-bike, you're looking to finish up a 5 to 6 hour shift above 100. This is actually really, it's not too bad, to be honest. There's a lot of blood, sweat and tears behind it, of course. But the downside of using e-bike is that if you're e-bike, you are considered a vehicle on the road based on LTA's regulations. You can't really go on pedestrian payments unless it's designated that it's allowed for bicycles, PMDs, as what you can see here. So like this one, they do allow PMDs, I think, including e-bike, I'm gonna guess. Because, okay, if you turn left, there's Geylang Baru. Please don't knock me down, people. So this is Bendemeer Road. So, like I said, we need to cross back to Serangoon Road, right? We are at Bendemeer Road, right? So we are going to, because at that point in time, there's no way you can cross to Serangoon at the other side. So from here, we're going to take overhead bridge to walk over to Serangoon. Going back to the e-bike thing. So with e-bike is that you can't be on pavement. You can't, basically you can't be where pedestrians are supposed to be, because that's against the law. And with e-bike, obviously you obey traffic laws, right, as a car and a motorbike does, right? So it means you can't go against the traffic, you can't anyhow lah, you know, like you could with a bicycle. So and it's easy to get fined because there's so many traffic cameras that would basically take a snapshot of your license plate on your e-bike. Yes, light. So e-bikes are supposed to display their license plate as you would with a car plate, prominently, with no alterations. And then if you flout the traffic rules, a couple of weeks later, a summons, a fine will be in your letterbox. And the fine could range from what, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 500. And imagine your one day taking is only what, 200, and then you get fined for 300, and then it's not worth it, right? Okay, that was a climb. We're gonna try and walk back to Serangoon Road. Serangoon Road. Only because we can't walk past this grass patch just now. Oh, but we get to use the very scenic park connector, I think. Yes. Yeah. So back to e-bike. And then with bicycle. The bicycle, to be honest, assuming no hiccups, assuming all the orders are within short distances of themselves, if you're like super lucky, you're talking about like 4D lucky, right? You can do 5 orders an hour. Well, of course, it's a rate of diminishing return, right? Because you're on a bicycle, right? You're using energy and your legs power to do it, right? First hour you might be able to do 5 orders, man. But by the time you reach your second and third hour, your energy would have dipped. You would probably go back down to averaging 3 to 4 orders an hour. So obviously earnings is less. But the biggest upside of a bicycle is that you can go everywhere with it. Everywhere. You can do shitty illegal things like riding against traffic along the double yellow line, which actually some e-bikes does that also. But with a bicycle, you can ride any small road, big road. You don't go expressway can already. Expressway is totally out. And you can cut through void decks. You can't cut through anywhere with a bicycle. You can cut through this grass patch, barren patch of land if you want to cut through. You know, you just dismount and then you cut through, right? And so bicycle is convenient that way. You realize a lot more energy. You don't get to earn as much as an e-bike, but you also at lesser risk of being fined, because unless you really blatantly keep riding against the flow of traffic lah, or you go on expressway lah, and of course you're gonna get stopped by traffic police, the TP, and then you're gonna get fined, right? But you know, you at least obey majority of traffic rules. But it's convenient when you're doing grab food on a bicycle. And if you do it non-stop for a full day, you could probably earn close to 150 a day, on a good day at least. So it's tiring, it's super tiring. So just now we were at the other side, right, of Jew residences, right, as I was saying, the National Aerated Water Company, right. So there was no road for us to cut back here. I mean, there's a tunnel, but there's no pedestrian road. So that's why we are. I mean, it's just all grass patch there. So I'm gonna walk back to Serangoon Road. Here we go. Oh, jeez. So yeah, that's the difference between riding an e-bike and a bicycle. Then of course, walkers are the most dedicated ones. An hour you could probably do 2, maximum 3 orders. But the fact that you're walking, you could probably last 5-6 hours if you do it consistently, like continuously without stopping. Food aside, hydration is always the biggest issue. So like us, whether you're a walker or a rider, okay, let's take the zebra crossing. You will always find a place that you want to get free water, right? So at some, I'm not sure is it the same for all community centers, but like for me, when I was riding within the whole Jalan Besar, Serangoon, Little India area, Kalam, there's a community center in between at Perumal Park Road. I can't remember what's the name of the community center. And community center will have a water fountain. So whenever I'm going to ride past it and then I know my water bottle is low on water, I'll go to the water fountain and fill out water because it's free. The more wretched one, of course, is to go into any toilet in the malls. You know, there's usually a water point for their tenants. You can fill up from the tap. I'm guessing it's portable because I've drank it before and I'm not dead yet. At C Square Mall, there's a friendlier service. There's I think at Basement 1, where there are customer service areas, there's actually a private water fountain top-up station that the public can use. So I use that quite frequently also. So that's the only way to save money, because imagine if you're doing Grab food, right? And then every hour or every 2 hours you decide to buy a bottle of water, a Red Bull, 100 plus or whatever shit, right? You might as well be giving back all the money you earn. Because it's like, imagine if every order, that full order, you earn $4. Then you pay $1.50, and that's cheap, $1.50 for a can of 100 plus just to replenish some energy. And it's like $4, you deduct $1.50, you earn $2.50, and that gets you thinking, right? If like, do I really want to spend that much on water? And when you're riding, it also puts into perspective like how much do you want to spend on food, especially like in my case. I was riding for income, for monthly income. Goldfish. And I'll be very wary of the amount I spend on per meal, because last thing I want is to spend $12 on a McDonald's meal, because that's equivalent to what? 3 food orders that I deliver. And 3 orders equates to about an hour of me on the road. So we really don't want that. So we try to eat as cheap as possible. So, well, on this side of Serangoon Road, just now we are at the opposite side. We are nearly at the hour and a half mark. Nearly, I think. An hour and we're now at hour and 27 minutes, I think. So. Pretty sure this will be a 2-hour walk. Oh, check this out, guys. This is Sipalohan. Okay, later further up, right, at that super long HDB block 34 that I was talking about, I think there's a provision shop or mama shop there that I can buy water. So I'll definitely stop by there. But in the meantime, on my left is Bendemeer Primary School. Here you go. You can hear kids screaming. What's up with the streamings here? Don't need to scream. Arsenal hasn't won the title yet. So on my left is the condominium, 8 River Suites, which we passed earlier, just now when we are the other side. So to make it a little bit special, instead of walking like continue straight down along Serangoon Road, right, I'll make like a slight detour where I will go into block 34, that super huge curved building, that long apparently it's the third longest stretch of HDB building in Singapore, block in Singapore. So, oh wait, I'm at the midpoint of it. Okay, we start at the midpoint, okay? Damn it. Because if we were to start from the start, it would be like, we need to walk back. So yeah, Serangoon Road, Serangoon Road, Serangoon Road. Green man, green man, green man. Let's walk through the park connector. Hey. So this is the park connector. There's a family of there's a gang of chickens that lives in this park also, I'm pretty sure, because I saw them before. So this is the block that I'm talking about. So it's one of Singapore's longest block, and hasn't been demolished yet. 99-year lease, I think still got halfway to go. So it's iconic. Hopefully it will stay. That government can extend the lease after 99 years. You know, be nice. It's, I know it's not the best use of space, but then again, it's nice. I need water. I need water. Okay, thing is that provision shop, right, is at the front of that building, our block 34, which I need water. Do I walk all the way back to the front? Oh Jesus. Okay. Do not take his name in vain. Block 34. You can go into my video list and look for Block 34. Third longest HDB block in Singapore. I used to stay and I used to hang out there during my primary school and secondary school days. It's at Toa Payoh. It's called Block 79. Of course, it's no longer there now. I think it's also equally as long as this Block 34, if not same length. It's also one big semi-cursive block. Okay, decisions. Do I walk to the left to look for the provision shop so I can get some water? Yes, obviously I am. Oh wait, fuck, there's a vending machine here. Vending machine. Hey, what should I get, guys? Damn. Okay, water. Okay, let's get water. Let's get water. Okay, and then I just use my Flash Pay to pay for it. Oh yes, water. Okay, hang on, people. So we're actually at a laundromat. Let me put the camera down so I can drink my water. Okay, let's go. I'm not gonna give my money to iJuice. Is this iJuice? No, this is not. Yeah, it's iJuice. I'm not gonna give like $2 to iJuice for 4 oranges. Just okay. I got water. So as promised, there's a Pasar Malam. Okay, I shall discontinue the stretch of Block 34. Anyway, we're at the end of Block 34 anyway. So this is Block 34, F lift lobby, and yeah, at the end. We're gonna cut through to check out the Pasar Malam. So obviously, the Pasar Malam is not open at its timing. It's I think some stores are open, but it's obviously going to be more happening at night, lah. But yeah, but guess what? Let's just cut in. Ooh, check this out, Fig Antiques. Ooh, check this out, giant plate. Cool. Ooh, check this out. Large piece of meat. Ooh, check it out. Check it out, large piece of meat. Meat. Fish. Large piece of fish. Let's hope that music is not copyrighted. Hey, Thai is kosong. Yeah, I pretty sure it's dark. Suddenly, you feel like you're a Siam Diu bar. Don't know what a Siam Diu bar is? Oh, Google it. SIAM space DIU bar. Okay, let's try to go into Serangoon Road. Okay, let's not mess around. Okay, Pasar Malam. We're done. Night time is more exciting. There's claw machines in there also. Nowadays all Pasar Malam are claw machines, right? Uncle and his very old scooter Vespa. Just now, we're at the other side. We're just on the side of the Central Sikh Temple. So we're now on the other side of the road. So just now at that side of the road, at the junction, right? I said turn left, you'll be turning Town Road. Turn right, you'll be Boon Keng, right? Now, turn left, you'll go Boon Keng. Turn right, you'll go Town. And we're still on Long Serangoon Road. See? The Central Sikh Temple. Check out the car plate. 3699. That's the it's almost the channel's my YouTube channel's name, right? 369 Journey. That's 3699. Cool. Let's go. Beat me for what leh? I have the right of way. Not like I'm walking damn slow, I'm walking quite fast. Hey, let's continue. if for those who are watching this video, this channel from overseas and not from Singapore, we have been trying to make our country more bike friendly. So like you see this pavement ahead, the part that's painted red, there's a marked red, is reserved for cyclists, and then of course this grey area path is meant for pedestrians, and the idea is so that both cyclists and pedestrians can be a bit more safer. And as per expected of Singapore, if you are a cyclist and if you don't cycle within a designated red path, if you happen to cycle on the grey path that's meant for pedestrians, and you happen to be caught by an enforcement officer, you might be let off with a warning, or according to the statutory law is that you could be fined for that because you contravene the rules and regulations or the legislation that says you need. Excuse me. Okay, that was a big sneeze. Somebody must be scolding me. There you go. See, an e-bike riding on a red path, so that's correct. Imagine if the bicycle was on a grey, and then there's enforcement officer sees it, and you can get fined for that. Small fine, I think. And people in Singapore think that is harsh, and there's two ways about it lah, to be honest. I mean, I myself was a Grab food rider, and I'll definitely use the red side. But sometimes pedestrians, right, like they won't get fined if they happen to, you know, ignore the rules and imagine if I'm the pedestrian, then I walk on the red. Then imagine just now that e-bike was behind me, then I'd like, not give a piece two shit about it, right? Then he or she would be blocked by me, right? I won't get into trouble, but he or she will be inconvenienced, and that feels a bit unfair, right? But there are pedestrians like that, man. When I was doing GrabFood delivery, I'll be on the red path, and then you have like pedestrians walking on the red path. Then we ring the bell, they get irritated at you because they're ringing the bell at them to get off the path to go back to their grey colour path. And I'm like, what the hell, you know? Yeah, but that's life for you as a rider, I guess. And most, to be honest, most riders get a bad name. We actually get a very bad reputation. And I think half the time we deserve it for being really shit-ass riders. I myself, I know, I mean, if I ride against traffic, like especially along this stretch, Serangoon Road, where I'm walking now, right? So you can see, I will ride a bike on the pavement, I mean, that which is allowed, okay, which is allowed. And you can see opposite, there are people riding against traffic. Okay, they were riding on pavement, so that's not wrong, that's fine. But sometimes if the pavement is too crowded, you will be on the road then. So for that, we get a bad rap. And that is totally deserving, you know. Okay, Serangoon Road, Serangoon Road, Serangoon Road. Ooh, procession at Indian temple. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Check out this giant ass motorcycle helmet. Let's continue. Before I finish Serangoon Road, then there's an Italian cuisine place. Oh, they have other outlets. I didn't know that. Bruno's Destroyed Pizzeria and Grill. Yeah, they have Tanjong Katong Road, Telok Kurau Road. Oh, Telok Kurau. Okay. Ooh, that's good. So there's a very well-known authentic South Indian food since 1924. MTR vegetarian restaurant. So there you go. So what can I say about MTR? They're always busy. They are very good food. Very good food. I agree. On weekends it's busy like crazy. But when you're a Grab food person, it's like tough, man, to get an order from an MTR, because as a rider you'll be waiting ages to pick up the order. Like, and they're busiest, and it's not uncommon. You can wait up to half an hour. The most ridiculous one, I waited for 45 minutes for an order to be done, to be picked up. And of course, during that whole time you're waiting, you are not earning any money, which is the most horrible thing, which makes you think how some restaurants are managing their, in-store patrons, and how they managing their food orders on the delivery platforms. But anyway, enough of that complaining. Okay, we are nearly at City Square. Nearly. So all my life is City Square Mall. It also has a Farrer Park MRT station exit. In fact, there's two. One above ground exit H, and if you go to B1 or is it B2? I don't remember. B1, I think. you can head to straight to Farrer Park MRT station also. So there you go. And you'll see the iconic gates, the metal gates of Sing Sijie in the New World, where the original happening space was called New World. So, but we're not going to stop because we're going to walk down Serangoon Road back to Tekka Centre. Yes, back to Tekka Centre. Brother. So in my video list, there's at least 2 videos of Serangoon Road. The very first one was just taken with my very old iPhone. Then the second one was taken with a newer iPhone, but I had mounted it on a DJI 7 gimbal. So that one was more stable, less shaky. The very first video, I literally was using my old iPhone, and now I was just holding it landscape format with my hands, and so it's super shaky. But for some reason, even the video quality is not fantastic. It's still one of my best performing videos. So, but for today, I decided that I wanted to do another Serangoon video with my DJI Osmo, and then I'll do it both ways. So earlier on, I started at Tekka Centre, and I walked whole full stretch, a whole U-turn, and then I'm now heading back to Tekka Centre. So yeah. Okay, let's go. On my left is this office building called Centrium Square. On the ground floor, second floor, there's some retail. And of course, there's this very well known Saravanan Bhavan restaurant, vegetarian restaurant. So usually we'll get GrabFood orders from this restaurant. But I swear, trying to park your bicycle or e-bike here is whatever your bicycle is a nightmare. You can get wheel clamp if you're not careful, and you need to pay money to release it. So they're super strict. I mean, I guess for good reasons, I guess. But still, you know, when you see a GrabFood dude looking like he or she is dying a heat stroke, just cut the person some slack, especially as a GrabFood person, because the person is just probably going to pick up from Saravanan Bhavan restaurant, you know, his or her bike just right outside. I mean, if the bike is there for like 5-6 hours, then of course we'll climb the shit out of it. But if the rider is just there beside the bike, just allow him or her to quickly pick up the food and go, right? But no, they chase you off this whole perimeter of the building. Either you go park at the back of the building and there's an allocated park, which is okay, which is fine, it's allocated for you, but you have to walk all the way to the back, then you walk all the way back to the front. I don't know. I mean, some would say that my comments are very entitled, because if I'm a GrabFood person, then just deal with it, you know, which most of the time we just deal with it. There are places that we really can't park. Okay, Serangoon Road. We continue on the other side. So just now, where we're at the other side, when we started walk, I did point the camera to this tire company called Teo Hin, right? Teo Hin Tire Company. There you go. Old school, right? Oh, copyright music, copyright music. Let's get the shit out here. Okay, YouTube, you can just help me mute it. Oh, sheesh. Oh, copyright music again. Damn it. So I'm walking through a minefield, right? Full of copyright music. As well on the outside. Damn it. Okay, I'm very sure I'm like almost at the end. I've run out of energy, so I'm not talking as much. Here we are, Hindoo Road. Let's cross, let's cross. I can hear more copyright music coming up. Let's cross, let's walk on the outside, damn it.
சிறந்த முறையில் குறைந்த விலையில் உடனுக்குடன் சரி செய்து தரப்படும். இங்கே டிஸ்ப்ளே ரிப்பேர், ரிப்பேர், மதர் போர்டு ரிப்பேர்,
So, of course, there's this famous Norris Road, Azmi Chapati. Yes, it's damn famous for its mutton curry and chapati. Let's continue. Almost there. The car market. Sri Virama Kaliamman Temple. That's where we were just now. Flower garden salad. Okay, let's take another look. Copyright music. Shitloads of copyright music. It will just have to be muted if it's being flagged by YouTube. Okay. Okay. Let's take the risk of being flagged for copyright music. For copyright music, let's walk inside. Tony Stark Bumblebee. Check it out. There's always a bumblebee here. It's a toy shop. And you have Iron Man. So imagine it's already like quite packed, quite a lot of people, quite a lot of cars. Then imagine on weekends, right? That's freaking crazy. So this is definitely a 2 hour and 10 minutes video, man. I'm pretty sure. Cookie Cross. So there's block 664 Buffalo Road, where we were just this morning at 9:20. Now it's already 11:25. Wow. Yep. 2 hours. 2 hours and at least 5-10 minutes worth of walk. Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna go further up just to be able to finish up Serangoon, but tourists running across roads. So there's Tekka Centre. So I just want to walk to the signage where it denotes Serangoon Road. Let's go. which is further up. So along the junction of Serangoon Road, there's Sungei Road, and there you go, Serangoon Road. So basically this ends our walking tour at Serangoon Road. Okay, I'm considering whether should I walk into that club park. Yeah, let's cross the road first. So back to where we started, Serangoon Road. There you go. Let's end it at the Buffalo Cut. Gu Chia Zui. Is that what I call? No, it's not Gu Chia Zui, idiot. Is it? I'm not too sure. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so we walked the whole full stretch of Serangoon Road starting from here at Tekka Centre, and then all the way straight down, make one big loop back to, well, Tekka Centre. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you can, it's free. Thank you.